Garage Brewer Adventures. Good morning. I need coffee. Just made the first ascent Hero Day blend. It's currently 42. The low was 40. A little warmer than expected. All packed, except I need to filter one more water bottle and then I'm out of here. Let's see, the plan today, so I'm going to continue up the West Fork. So the Gila River has multiple branches. This one I'm on is called the West Fork. There's another one called the Middle Fork, and there's kind of a plateau that separates them. So I'm going to go on up the West Fork. It's about 9 miles to where it connects to Trail 12 and heads over to Pryor Creek in the Middle Fork. I'm going to kind of assess from there what I'm going to do. I'll probably stop and eat, and if I think I can, what I'd like to do is get all the way to the Middle Fork, but that's like 15 miles or something, so that's a lot. I can do it, but there's going to be a lot of water crossings. I'm going to have wet feet, so it's, I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to go 9 miles, check things out. That's kind of my last point where where I'm on the water, and then I'll either load up and do a dry camp on the plateau, or I will decide I'm going all the way to the Middle Fork and I'll get water there. And then I continue back. So once I'm up on the plateau, I'm kind of starting to turn around and head back the other direction. I got 2 more nights out here. So I want to get a little more than halfway. Well, my feet were dry for about 5 minutes. Here we go. an hour and a half. Just not quite 3 miles, but almost. So it's a little slow for me. Might be the pack weight. Not too bad. Oh, there's a cool campsite. So I took a short pack off mental health break and just had some water and fished a snack out and took the pack off, took my hat off. It was just like a 5-minute break. Check the map. So I am, there's a squirrel. Every time I start recording, something happens. Might be my voice scaring things up. Anyway, I checked the map. I am so I started at about 3.7 miles in, and I'm at about 6.5 now. I need to go another 6.5, and that's where I'll lose the water. So somewhere between now and then, I'm probably gonna stop and have lunch. I'll probably take a significant break and then keep going. I think, based on my timing, I'm thinking I am going to get up on the plateau. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the other. I still don't know if I'm going to do a water carry. Another little campsite over here. This is why I'm not making good time. I keep stopping to look at stuff, take pictures. I've never been on a trail like this where there's no, every time I've had water crossings on other trails, people stack rocks and stuff to skip across. This is not that way. This is knee deep. Oh man, it's even deeper. Okay. Knee deep, but not flowing fast. That would have knocked me down if it was flowing fast. Right, I'm starting to develop a little bit of a hot spot on my foot. I'm sure from the constant wetness. I wasn't gonna stop for lunch just yet, but I think I need to. I'm gonna need to switch socks and let my feet just dry out in the sandals. So I'm gonna try to find a place to pull over, kind of off the trail. It's kind of a ledge right here, so this is not it, but I don't want to go too much further. So we'll stop and dig some food out and do a few chores. There's a nice flat area for having some lunch. So I'm gonna set some stuff out to dry in the shade here, or in the sun, and I'm gonna stand in the shade and take a little break. For lunch, having biscuits and gravy. The wind picked up, so I kind of had to make a little wind protection with all my stuff, which seems to be working. Took about a little more than an hour break. Refilled on water, ate some food, put on dry socks, not dry shoes. Of course, my feet will be wet in just a minute anyway, but whatever. It feels good right now. It's always amazing how just taking a little bit of time and resting can really replenish you. Let's see, I was looking at the map and looks like, that's pretty cool. It looks like I've got about 5 miles till there's the climb out of the canyon, and that's my last water. And then from there, it's 10 miles to the next water source. I don't think I can make that tonight. It would be 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So I think what I'm going to do is a water carry, as much as I don't want to do that. And I'll just camp somewhere on the top of the plateau. Maybe there'll be some nice views up there. We'll see. But yeah, that's the plan right now. That's a big turd. If you don't know, these are Ponderosa pines. Some of these are really big. Like this one. I can't even put my arms halfway around it. So I just sniffed it. If you get up real close to the bark and sniff them, some people say they smell like cookies, or vanilla, or I don't know. Yeah, I kind of think they smell like cookies. But and that one definitely did. I had to get real close, and you can barely smell it, but it's there. I think it's kind of the predominant tree out here. I've seen just a ton of pines. They grow up, kind of lose their branches at the bottom, and that's a fire control thing. They have a natural defense against fire. The lower branches break off, so the fire can't ladder up the tree if there is a fire. It's not that the tree can't burn down, it just helps. There's a number of species of tree that do that. So I saw some footprints a while back. I don't know what they were. Immediate reaction was it was dog prints, but there's no dogs out here, and it was obviously an animal coming down to the water to get a drink. So it's something that lives out here. If it's a dog, well, it could be dog or cat. I suppose it could be bear. Dogs and bears have claws. I didn't see any claw prints, but this was in like really loose sandy dirt. So the print was not like a real good print. But if that's a dog or a cat out here, it's a wolf or a mountain lion of some sort, it would have been pretty big. About the size of my palm. Just based on the size, I kind of want to think it's a bear print, but because that would make more sense. If it's a cat, that's a pretty big cat. Anyway, we'll see if I see any more. Well, at some point they're going to send me up to the top of this thing. Still pretty tall. It's going to be a heck of a climb. Wow. Okay. Kind of thought this canyon was starting to get boring. Wow, that's just straight up. Oh, I hope this is picking up. Oh my God. This is so interesting. I'm actually walking up up the creek to, or the river, whatever it is, to get a better look at it. Really cool. I mean, that looks like stairs. It's not exactly stairs. Wow. That's where I came from. I'm just in this area. If a rock falls, it's gonna kill me. And these would just go straight up. I bet when it's raining, there's a waterfall here. Huh. Oh, this poor guy. I don't know what that is, but it's dead. Looks like a squirrel, I guess. Looks like I have 10 more water crossings. This is number 1. Nine more water crossings. Eight more water crossings. Seven more water crossings. Six more water crossings. Where is it? $3:30. I need a little break, a little mental health break. Maybe I'll sniff some trees, drink some water, have a snack, and then I'll get going. Just a short 5-minute break. 5 more water crossings. 4 to go. This is like solid rock. This isn't stones. Alright. Slippery. Oh. Yeah. There's a lot of moss. Ugh. Baby steps, baby steps. There we go. All right. 3 to go. Scaring some fish. This one's easy to, oh my gosh. Well, this is easy to stand on, but there's a big old hole right there. I don't want to go that way. Okay. This looks, well, this is slippery. Yeah, it's going to push me into that hole. Okay. They're getting harder here at the end. That looks a little sketchy. I think I'm just gonna do it real fast. Two more. Well, where are we going here? Alright. So the river rocks are different. They're not as slick. They're not like covered in moss, but they just roll around on you. So you just got to make sure it's settled down before you go. Hell's Hole, 1/4 mile, White Creek. What, 4 1/4 miles? Or is it White Creek 4? Is this the 4th White Creek? The 4th sequel in a series? Cliff Dwellings, 11.5 miles back. Man, has it been that far? Okay, Hell's Hole is my destination. Hell's Hole sounds scary. So, I got that one, I'm going this way. Hell's Hole is my exit out of the canyon, so there is a depression here, so that doesn't seem too crazy, but I wonder how it got the name. We'll see. For my friends in Canada, we'll see how this compares to the Crack. These are great trail names. Hell's Hole, the Crack. Should be fun. Oh, what a funny little campsite. Wow. Those are bones up there. What is that? Huh. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about caves is the rocks you see on the ground. It's neat. Okay, I'm gonna do my last water crossing. So I've got a couple chores. I need to collect water. I think I'm gonna bring 5 liters of water up with me because I'm gonna camp somewhere in the middle of the plateau up there, and then I need enough water for the whole night, but I also need enough for hiking there, and I need enough for tomorrow hiking to the next place. So I'm gonna go 5 liters, which is gonna be heavy. So I'm gonna do that. My shoes are not dry, but they're drier. They dry as I walk, and every time I dunk them, they get soaked again. I'm gonna take them off, and this time I'm gonna cross. I think maybe in my socks, and I'm gonna put my dry socks on the other side. My shoes are as dry as they're gonna get, but maybe the rest of my hiking can be a little more comfortable. So I'm gonna do those things, and then I'm going up Hell's Hole. All right, that is heavy. I've got 5 liters of water, relatively drier shoes, and no tadpoles in the water. Turns out they don't like the faster flowing water, and it's easier to fill your water there anyway. So that's a good way to always check your water bottle for swimming things. So yeah, now I'm going up Hell's Hole. It's 2 miles. I think it's gonna be 2 hard miles, and then 2 miles to the kind of the highest point of my whole hike, and I think that'll make me feel good knowing the rest is downhill. So that's my goal. To stop and catch my breath. I'm about 3/4 of a mile away up this thing. It was pretty steep. I haven't seen anything that makes me think of a hole. It was pretty steep and craggy there for a while, and I went out on a rock point. It looks like there's some switchbacks coming up around the corner, so I've got another steep part. It looks like I've got another mile of really steep, and then it starts to level out, and then there's maybe another 1/4 mile or more before it's kind of totally tops off. That pack's heavy. Yeah, my legs are complaining. Yeah, anyway, mental health break. I'll see you in a while. This is very steep. The trail's good here, but it's not always exactly flat. It kind of wants to send you off the side. View's nice. Nice breeze too. Kind of think I see the top, or a top. It's starting to level out. Okay, still climbing, but this is definitely leveling out. I think I'm leaving the views behind, and kind of done. First campsite I see, I'm taking it. Kind of looks like a fire ring. Dead wood. No widowmakers. Oh man, I'm dropping my pack at least. Ah. Oh, that is the hardest thing I'm gonna have to do this trip. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I think this is home. All right, I ended up moving. The firing for the campsite where I was right up there. So there's just a bit of a depression. There's kind of some wind, and there's a bit of a depression. I'm kind of down in a little lowered area, and there's a little path that kind of gets out where I might be able to watch the sunset. And it's pretty flat here, so I'll be kind of a little away from the trail. Just, I mean, not totally hidden, but more hidden, and I'm hoping, I think there's a little more wind protection down here because of the kind of shrubby stuff around me. Tonight's dinner is Peak Refuel beef stroganoff. I'm sticking with the beef stroganoff competition. This one is 810 calories. This one also takes the least amount of water, 10 ounces. And it has, I think, the most calories. The Trailtopia I'm going to have tomorrow calls for like 2.5 cups or 2.25. It's a lot of water. And I'm dry camping, so I'm doing that one. So the Peak Refuel beef stroganoff is pretty good. I just took the first few bites. My initial reaction is, well, at first when you open the bag, it kind of looks curdled, but just stirring it up, it kind of gets creamier. So I think that's not a problem. I took a couple bites. First thing I noticed, the Mountain House did have mushrooms in it. But I didn't notice them as much, and it was like the first thing I noticed here. The beef is also kind of like a steak, kind of small little bits of steak, so it's kind of what I was hoping Mountain House would change about theirs. So so far I kind of think this is a winner between the two. We still have the Trailtopia to try tomorrow. Yeah, I just finished the Peak Refuel beef stroganoff, and it was, my opinion didn't really change. I think it was a lot creamier. It had a good sour cream taste. The noodles were different. So Mountain House has kind of more like flat noodles. These were like spirals. I didn't have any like watery juice to run off at the end, or like I didn't have to drink out of the bag. I just ate everything with the spoon. It was thick. It was all hydrated. I didn't have to wait extra. Yeah, I really like this a lot better than the Mountain House. It's also just a more practical meal for backpacking. I mean, just with the smaller water needs. Well, it's starting to get late. Got dinner in me, and I think I'm going to let this fire start to go out. So I'll probably stay up just a little bit longer and watch that and sip on a little bit of whiskey. Good night. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you can follow along on all of my future adventures. There will be one more part to this series, and it should be a good one. It includes some new scenery and bear encounter, and of course the beef stroganoff smackdown challenge. We'll see who the winner is. Hope to see you there. Cheers.